we're talking about people who are selected for the role by virtue of the things that they know and their experience, right? So their whole program that led them to that board role is usually about being one of the smartest in the room, having lots of responsibility, and making high stakes decisions about navigating the direction of the company. So, what does it
Yeah.
take psychologically to put yourself in a different position from that and admit a lack of knowledge and an openness to not being the smartest person in the room about a particular topic?
That's great. And I think I've seen both board members I've worked with. I've seen the ones who are very confident and um, use deductive logic. Something very popular in the West in boards is to use deductive logic, come up with the simplest line, and then manage to that objective or that outcome. So very confident leaders, and that is a challenge to hold up that problem solving. And I've also met the humility, very humble, humility-based leaders that wants to learn and don't know what questions to ask. And so I think we start talking about this item, there's two fundamental changes that are happening to board members. The first one is, what am I trying to learn? Like, what is the questions I ask, and how do I get exposure? And it's not exposure of just going on a course. You don't just have to go to Harvard and study analytics or AI, or like that's actually not going to help you. You need to
Mm.
augment the capacity of the board and the ELT by either bringing specific people in, working with consultants, having and joining other organizations that have done it, and just try and build some kind of ability to do it. But even if you find the right person, let's say you add me to your board or someone you to the board, how does the board learn to work with you? Because we now talk a different language, we talk about a different frames, and this is why I say thinking about thinking new thoughts you haven't thought before. So when it comes to the board taking that step back, there's two things. It's like, okay, let's go find this knowledge that I don't have. That is at the strategic level, the IQ level, the EQ level that I want. And then how do I design a system where we go from risk management and deductive thinking into painting a new landscape, into creating a new system? And I like to use the word operating system. The business is an organic operating system that works today. We need to look at that whole operating system that we understand so well through a P&L or an operational update or a management by objectives dashboard. And we need to zoom out and understand how the pieces fit together and look through the lens of AI and how the landscape of data and AI is changing. So that's the two things: is find your skill set and then work out how the board lifts its capability. Now, I don't think you can do this in offline. You actually need that capability sitting at the boardroom table, either as an advisor sitting there for quite a long period of time, or updating the board mix up to not just have a technology person, but actually have a pattern thinking on AI and data on the board.